Throat Cutter was a side project we did back in the early 2000s, and it was a Scandinavian death metal band that sacrificed animals on stage and worshipped the devil and would have real human sacrifices on stage, and it was a total parody. But we didn't pitch it that way. We pitched it as the real thing. It would say Throat Cutter, live, in concert, straight from Scandinavia, extreme death metal, live animal sacrifices, and special guest appearance by the devil himself. It had all of this lore. They regularly toured Europe. The first drummer killed himself on stage. It was just over the top. It was like Metalocalypse, like at least 6 years before there was any such thing as Metalocalypse. So it made it into the newspaper. And so when we play the show, folks would come to the show thinking that it was real Scandinavian death metal and there was going to be all kinds of crazy stuff happening. But we would come out on stage and we would have wigs on and fake corpse paint on, and we'd be wearing all these spiked bracelets that my first roommate had made for us to wear, and we looked maybe pretty convincing. There would be these guys that would buy all the merch. We had Throat Cutter t-shirts and we had CDs. They would buy all the merchandise, and then we'd come out on stage barely making it through a song, and we had these stuffed animals from a thrift store. And then there's these balloons, these punchy balloons that when you blow them up, you put a rubber band on them and you punch them. We bought a bunch of these, and then we'd put the balloon into the stuffed animal and then fill it up with this fake blood that we made. And we'd tie it off. We'd stab it with a knife, and the balloon would squirt across the stage. So we're like, now we will sacrifice an animal to the devil. And these guys who had spent all this money on all this merchandise thinking that they were going to see like a real Norwegian death metal band, they just got so mad. And you see them just storm out of the venue pissed off. Throat Cutter was a whole thing, man. The rabbit hole of Throat Cutter goes deep. So thanks for asking about that one, Roadkill X3.